Moreland City Council acknowledges the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people as the traditional custodians of the lands and waterways in the area now known as Moreland. We acknowledge and pay our respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. Several of Brunswick's early parks were built on the sites of old quarries or claypits. These huge gaping holes in the ground were not only unsightly, they were also extremely dangerous. Children often drowned in the unused pits. In 1907, the district coroner described Brunswick as full of death traps. Turning the pits into public parks was one solution to this problem. Methvin Park, for example, is built on the family quarry of Councillor David Methven, who was 5-time mayor of Brunswick. When Methven's family quarry became depleted at the turn of the century, the hole was used as a tip. Following the outbreak of typhoid in the area, the tip was closed and filled. In 1911, the space was officially named Methvin Gardens. The following years saw the planting of elms, installation of paths, seating, and lighting. The Brunswick City Band used it for their Sunday evening summer recitals during the 1920s, along with Temple Park and Brunswick Park. Methvin Park has also hosted Sunday church services, Salvation Army meetings, and functions associated with the adjoining Jewish synagogue in Lord Street. Visit the park today and the avenue of English elms is nearly a century old. The park also has a refurbished playground and garden beds. Temple Park in Brunswick was also built on a former clay pit, and it too features elm avenues and paths. Its former band rotunda was converted into a pioneer social club in 1947. It is currently the Temple Park Senior Citizen Centre and hosts the Brunswick Trugo Club. Trugo is a sport that is unique to Victoria. It was developed by workers in the Newport Railway yards in the 1920s. Rubber rings were belted by sledgehammers down the length of the train carriages to shouts of "True Go." The Brunswick Trugo Club is one of the few left operating in Brunswick today. The first mention of what was to become Temple Park appears in a request to Council in October 1913 for permission to use Council's Grey Street Reserve for grazing a pony. The Guild of Play, later the Playgrounds and Recreation Association of Victoria, lobbied public bodies for more playgrounds from 1912. They were considered a way of keeping poor children from playing on the streets, especially as cars became more prevalent and traffic accidents involving children increased. Nowadays, Temple Park is a popular picnic spot and playground for locals, with barbecues and a popular basketball half-court all set around well-established elm trees, arranged as a V for victory to celebrate the end of World War I. Another former quarry is Fleming Park, between Albert and Victoria Streets. Fleming Park was once again created out of pressure from residents' associations for the provision of open space, and was originally the site of Brunswick Council's stone crushing works, prior to being used as a tip until about 1917. It is named after Councillor John Wood Fleming, whose farm was south of Union Street near Moonee Ponds Creek. He is said to be one of the first descendants of European settlers born in Victoria. Twice Mayor of Brunswick, he had 9 children and died in 1919. This was also the year that Fleming Park and Fleming Park Community Hall were opened to the public. Much of the original layout was lost when the oval was enlarged in 1936. Tennis courts, croquet lawn, bowling green, and Brunswick Nursery were all excised. At the moment, Fleming Park is undergoing a large upgrade with various improvements including construction on the original 1937 grandstand. The park is popular with dog owners as an off-leash park and has a great local playground. Fleming Park also hosts the Brunswick Lacrosse Club, Brunswick Bowling Club, and Brunswick East Bocce Club.